In this video, I'm going to be doing a perks tier list, ranking the perks from best to worst. Now, I'm going to rank the perks based on how they do overall, because I know some perks are better on some rogues than they are on others. So I'm going to take the perk, think about how it does for every single rogue that it's on, and then rank it that way. First up, we have Berserker. Now, Berserker gives you the ability to reload while sprinting. I think that is okay. I don't really see the need for it because there's other perks like Replenish that make you actually not have to reload ever. So I think that Berserker is just a solid C tier. It's worth 4,000. Maybe you get it at the end of a round, like going into switching sides, but besides that, nobody really gets it. Now we have Bounce Back. Bounce Back reduces your health regeneration delay. I never buy this unless there's a Phantom on the other team, and being since there's no ranked yet, there's Phantoms on every single team. So I think it's another C tier one just because it's very situational. Now we have Cloaked, and Cloaked is really good because there's so many different types of reveals in this game. You can basically make Dallas completely useless against you. So I'm going to put this into the A tier. I think it's really strong. Now we have Evade. Evade makes you run faster after you just take damage. I think that this is really helpful, but every time you use it, it sounds like there's like a tornado in your headset. If there wasn't that, I would probably rank it higher, but I think it's pretty good. I'm gonna put it into my B tier. That's a good value for 4,000. Headstrong gives you an additional 25 armor at the beginning of every round. It doesn't regenerate, so it's pretty good, but it's not amazing. If it did regenerate, it would be absolutely broken, but having 25 health is nothing to joke about, so I think it goes into the A tier. Now we have Helping Hands. Now Helping Hands makes you revive your teammates faster. It's really good on Saint, but everybody else that has it, it still is pretty good. I think that it belongs in the S tier just because reviving teammates is so important. Now we have Life Drain, and Life Drain's obviously an S tier. If you get a down, you get 50 health back. It's just so good on every single person that it has. If you're in a 1v2 situation, you manage to get a knock and you go right from 30 health to 80 health, you're gonna have a much better chance at actually winning the 1v2 than you would without it. Nimble Hands increases weapon swap and reload speed. I think that Nimble Hands is really good on Phantom. Somebody, if you hit the body shot, then you can quickly switch to your pistol and then finish them off. I think that this should not only do increased weapon swap and reload speed, but it'll also help you switch from your nades and your utility. If it did that, it would be way higher, but since it's only for your guns and reload speed, I think it's a solid C tier. Now we have Padded Steps, and I think Padded Steps is really great, but mostly everybody plays this game with auto sprint on. The only person that I think Padded Steps is really useful on is Lancer, because you can sprint to the enemy spawn and then walk around. But I think it's also in the C tier. It's not amazing. Now we have Replenish. Replenish, every time you down an enemy, it reloads your current equipped weapon and restores ammunition. I think the ability to reload your weapon on every down gives you the ability to kill more people at a certain time, but restoring ammunition is only useful in Strikeout because you're never really going to run out of ammo in Demolition. On certain people like Chalk, it's very good because you have 40 bullets, you down somebody, then boom, you have 40 bullets again. But besides that, it's not great for demo. I'm going to put it into my C tier just because it's 10k. I don't think it warrants the 10k price tag. Next we have Shredder Rounds, and Shredder Rounds is basically only useful unless they have an anvil, so I'm gonna put it into D tier because nobody really uses anvil. Nobody really needs the Shredder Rounds like go a different way than the barricade. It's a waste of time shooting at it anyway. Now we have Sixth Sense. It gives you notified when an enemy within 25 meters is looking in your direction or at you. I think that it's like not really that useful because you basically know where everybody is. If somebody's third person cameraing you and it turns on, then it can be helpful, but it has a huge 10k price tag, which you could definitely be using on other perks. I'm gonna put it into my C tier just because it could save you a few times. Now we have Stalker, and Stalker removes aim down sight's movement penalty. I think this is really useful on people with ARs, but with SMGs you're basically hip firing the entire time. Like Chalk, for example, has this. You don't need to buy out on him because you're gonna hip fire basically everything except for long range. But I think it's okay, especially with ARs and with Phantom. I'm gonna put it into my B tier just because it's nice and cheap and it can help out people ADSing around corners. Last but not least, we have Tracker Rounds. Now I think Tracker Rounds are really good because if you hit the enemy, it reveals them for your whole team. But also, if somebody on your team is shooting at somebody, there's a good chance that most of your team knows where they are anyway, and a simple ping can take that entire perk out of the equation. It being worth 10k is a little much for what it does, so I'm going to put it into my C tier. If you want to see any of my other tier list videos, click on the playlist on screen. It'll take you to a full playlist of all of the ones I've done so far. If you want to make your own tier list of perks, the link is in the description down below. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below on what you want to see me do next, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.